Hey, what's going on? It's G-Ball Vision, your daily source for knife and EDC content. Today I have a new knife here to share with you, and this one is coming in from Tenable Knives. Now, while I get this opened up, let me know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. Love seeing your carry. Now, Tenable is the sister company to Concept. They have been on absolute fire over the last year or so, ever since they had their inception, basically. And this is going to be a brand new model for Tenable, and it is going to be called the Kratos. And these are available. I'll have them linked down below in the description, and there's a coupon code down there as well. Really like the name of the knife, Kratos. We have a flipper tab here, and we have some really cool G10 on top of G10, it looks like, or at least a two-color fade here, and that's over top of steel liners. There is some internal milling in there, and we do have a deep carry clip, going to be right-hand carry only. Our flipper, which is our main deployment method here, that feels good. I like that blade shape. I wasn't quite expecting this. We have a dual ground. What do we got here? Almost like it wants to be a trailing point. It's got a nice stonewash finish to it. We are going to be looking at Nitro V for our blade steel here, if we can pull that up. So we got Nitro V, which I've said here recently, I like Nitro V, and I've become a fan of it. We have a liner lock here, and we do have a nice chamfer there on the show side and a chamfer on the liner. I'd love to see jimping on that liner. That would give this just a little bit more of a premium feel. And I'd like to see more jimping ran out on the spine here. But all in all, we are talking about, a budget-ended knife here. These are going to be probably, I'm going to guess, about $60. We are looking at an O-stop held design, which I didn't know that either. I didn't know a whole lot about this knife. So let's find out together what we're going to be looking at here in regards to the size. About 3 and, we'll give it 3 9/16, so cutting edge. 3 3/4 inches of total blade, and that's going to come down there right past 8.5, more like 8 5/8, just shy of 8 5/8 overall. That is a great size. Couple of comparison knives for you. We have the Benchmade Bug Out up top here, and we have the Vostede Raccoon on the bottom, and you'll see the Kratos just towers over both of these knives. And we have the CJRB Frac up here, which is a very large folder, and we have the Concept Bison Ray Laconico design, which is a massive folder. And we're going to be looking at something more along the lines of the CJRB Frac. A lot of people love this size on the Frac, and I would say that's going to be the most comparable. We have a little bit more handle and blade on the Bison than the Kratos. We'll see what this looks like in the pocket here and check our retention on that pocket clip. Very simple clip, but it does work very well. They use this clip on quite a few of their models from Tenable into Concept. It's going to carry pretty deep. You'll have a little tiny bit there poking out of the pocket. And I'll say, like I always do, on a knife like this, I'd really like to see the option for left-hand carry, and we have to remember that's not always up to the knife company. I would say, it's probably a designer choice, so that's something we have to remember. Doesn't make it any better or worse, but that's just something we have to keep in mind. A lot of times we put the onus on the company when it comes to certain things, and, they are responsible and liable for certain parts, but that might be one of them that's kind of up in the air and goes to the designer at the end of the day. We'll go ahead and bring out the arch nemesis here, and we'll get a weight check on this thing. I can say the detent feels good. The flipper works really well. We've gotten in a funk recently with some knives that have a flipper that just don't do it for me, and this one is pretty good. Good detent. Put your Put your guess down in the comments. Let me know what you think this thing weighs. Off to the show side a little bit there as far as centering goes. Definitely up there in the 4s. Let's say 4.3. Oh! Ooh! What's that say? Can somebody help me? Let me know down in the comments. What does that say? 124 grams for everyone else. And we'll go back and look at that right there. I mean, you got to admit, it's scary. It's scary when you put yourself out there like that. You could be just completely dead wrong. And I have been before, but not very often. I would say I usually get them. I would say I nail them on most occasions. 0.469, and we're looking at about 115 thousandths, 116 thousandths there for the blade stock. So not overly thick for that blade stock. And we'll check this secondary edge here. Ooh, that's going to come down there pretty thin. About 21 thousandths there. Let's check back here. I bet it might thicken up just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. About 22. So that maintains a nice, fairly thin edge. Let's go ahead and see how this thing cuts out of the box. And we'll use our magazine paper here. Very thin, very shitty paper. This is going to be a great poker right here. Very good poker. You got that nice pokey tip, that very large swedge rolling all the way to that tip. That's going to be a nice piercer right there, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this edge is going to perform. And is that me or is that the edge? Okay, that looks good. That just didn't tickle my fancy. Let's see. This paper is very finicky, but a good edge will cut through it. And sometimes it's definitely the angle at which, you know, you hold the knife that can definitely have an effect. I think that's partially what it is, because if we move up here, or they really, because that's razor sharp up here, like buttery sharp. But almost when I move down into this, it's all right. Yeah, I mean, it's... definitely is sharper up here. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely sharper up there on that leading edge. That one there kind of needs touched up, or needs a little touch up. So let's go ahead and we'll see what this lock is all about. We have a liner lock, pretty good lock up there, about 30%. While we're doing that, let's see if this moves. We are looking at T8 on the pivot. No, we're looking at T10 on the pivot, I think. Wow, that caught me way off guard. I don't know if I've seen a T10 from Tenable. And it's definitely not the pivot there that is causing that to be off. Let's see what we're looking at here. So we got T8 on the body screws here. Oh, no. We got T6. So you're going to need a 6, you're going to need an 8, and you're going to need a 10 to at least fully take this knife apart. And it looks like that top pocket clip screw goes through that barrel. So you are going to need, yeah, you're going to need a 6, 8, and 10 to fully take this knife apart. Probably should have just went T8 all the way around. Let's go ahead and we'll see what this thing is made of. We'll start with a couple of lighter taps, put a lot of stress on this lock. That puts a lot of stress on that lock. Being all the way out there at the tip. Feels good, sounds good. Give it a little triple a tappy. It sounds really good. And that's one thing I always like to mention. Tenable and Concept have a tremendously good track record here in regards to sending in a knife that doesn't fail its lockup. That is, you know, that's something to stand on right there. You know, an edge that could be better, that's not, you know, that's not the end of the world. I'd like it to be sharper for sure out of the box. It should be. But that's something that can be kind of touched up very easily. But, you know, a lock issue is not something that, you know, not always something that can be fixed easily and or fixed at all. So that's something I really care about. This is a cool knife. Very different from what I guess I was picturing in my head. I hadn't even seen a photo of this one yet. So I like the blade shape. I'm sure they have a bunch of different colors and variations of the handles that you can go with. I'm sure they got a couple of them at least. I'll have them linked down below in the description and in the pinned comment. You'll have to let me know, what do you think of the Tenable Kratos here? I always look forward to hearing from you and your thoughts and opinions on these new knives, on these companies. Let me know what your EDC is for today. Share this video with your friends, your family, your wives, your husbands, your kids, because they all will want to know about the Tenable Kratos here. Hit the thumbs up for me. That helps push the video out there to more people. And if you are new yourself to the channel and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell. That'll notify you when I release new videos, which I do every single day. And I would love to have you here. I'll pop up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check out one of them. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.